example of point source pollution, pollution that can be traced to a single identifiable source.
Non-point source is pollution that cannot be identified from a single source. As you can see, above the high-rises is non-point source, and Denver. The four main types of pollutants are soil from runoff, fertilizers from farms and yards, microorganisms such as the live culture in this yogurt, and chemicals both from personal and industrial use.
Alright, water plus soil, that's not good because then there's increased turbidity, so then it suffocates a lot of things. And then fertilizer, that causes a lot of algae to start growing, and then the dissolved oxygen decreases, which obviously is not very good for very many organisms. And then fertilizers, again, then microorganisms, they cause many diseases, and as you can see here, you become sad and your colon might not appreciate you much either. And then chemicals, they just kind of kill life everywhere, and you should never do them. Ever. Don't do drugs, kids.
Turbidity is the measure of water clarity. Oftentimes, water should be clear, but as turbidity increases, the water gets cloudier. They measure this by using photodiodes, a sensor, and computers. Okay, sir, thank you for participating in the experiment. Here's your mercury pill. Take it. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Fecal coliform, bacteria such like E. coli, is often found in polluted waters. They test for this by creating a culture from the water and testing to see how many E. coli are in that culture. Here's an example, a rather adorable one, of a fecal coliform producer. Say hi, Sammy.
Dissolved oxygen is needed from basically all of aquatic life, and is tested using special instruments. And dissolved oxygen and temperature are inversely related, so the colder it gets, the more dissolved oxygen that can be absorbed.
Biological oxygen demand, or BOD, not BOD, is the amount of dissolved oxygen needed by an aerobic organism to break down organic material. They used to use simple measurements and equations to calculate the BOD, but now they use complicated biosensors and computers. However, the values for biological oxygen demand are limited by both the toxicity and the microbial population already present in the environment. Two ways that fresh water is purified is reverse osmosis, where you have high pressure water being blasted at a filter at high pressure. Although this requires a lot of energy, it is one of the most effective methods of purifying water, because you have all the dirty water being blasted at the filter. The filter cleans out all the debris, and you are left with clean, pure water. Whereas another method is by distillation, where you take water and you heat it, and the water vapor that escapes is pure water, and as you capture that and cool it, you have perfectly pure water. The next method is ion exchange, where inside the container of liquid, you have water along with other free ions like calcium. But sometimes that is not the ion that you want in the water, so you introduce electricity and other ions like sodium, and they will swap, and in doing that you can also capture the water from the system, which creates pure water. And lastly is filtration, where you can use either sand or cloth to filter the water through, or most times a combination of both, and somewhere in the middle is just charcoal, which captures more debris.
And here we have the next big product called the coal cloth. First, take a cloth, just any ordinary cloth, place it over the cup, take 3 pieces of coal, not 4, not 2, but 3 pieces of coal, place right on top. Next, water. This is some nice dirty dog water, and we're gonna dump it right on top of the coal. Get it. It's okay if it gets everywhere, as long as it goes straight into the cup. This may take a few seconds, but in a little bit we'll see your finished product. And here we see the finished product. It's well filtered water.
Some good water. The two laws that help govern safe water quality are the Clean Water Act, which reduces the levels of pollution allowed for discharge from manufacturing industries, finance wastewater treatment facilities, and manage polluted runoff. The Safe Drinking Water Act sets safety standards for municipal water supplies.
Well said, Eric.
Thank you.
Now, the two inventions are the Life Straw, which is basically a straw with a filter in it, which is pretty obvious, it filters water as you drink it, and then a water bottle with a filter in the cap, which does essentially the same thing, but it's a water bottle, so it holds water. Oh!